Star Wars: Dark Forces. Rebel Agent. As the fight for galactic freedom rages on, the past and the present collide. In the present, the Emperor has been destroyed, and the weakened Empire has shrunk to a fraction of its former size, while the Rebel Alliance continues to grow. For a young mercenary named Kyle Katarn, it has been 5 years since he betrayed the Empire. 5 years since he abandoned his life as an Imperial officer and delivered the Death Star plans to the rebels. 5 years since the death of his father, Morgan Katarn. But Kyle cannot escape the memory of the past. 5 years ago, he swore to avenge his father's death. But for all that time, his oath has gone unfulfilled. As he continues to search for the unknown Imperial murderers, Kyle, under the watchful eyes of his companion Jan Ors, has become a rebel agent. But like Kyle himself, the Alliance cannot forget Katarn's Imperial past, and the Alliance views him with suspicion. So Kyle Katarn and the Rebel Alliance hurtle together toward an unknown future. But as so often happens, the future will be determined by the past. For his own sake, and for the sake of the Alliance, Kyle must unlock the secret to an ancient prophecy and uncover the heroic deeds of his father that took place back in the early days of the rebellion.
Target the main building.
Looks like some kind of dormitory.
Good. Probably full of rebel scum. Let's clean it out.
Affirmative.
Looks like we got them all.
Wait! There are a few coming out of the rubble.
We surrender!
Target center mass.
Affirmative.
Fire!
We surrender!
How many bodies do you count?
Can't be more than 20, maybe 30 rebels.
No good. Intelligence reported nearly 400 rebel sympathizers on the planet Sullen.
The rest of them must have gotten off planet before the raid.
Maybe, but they won't get far. Where are they gonna go that the Empire can't find them?
Rusin.
What?
I'm sorry, I couldn't announce our destination earlier. But you all know that the Emperor's spies are everywhere. That's right. I didn't want the Empire to reach your new home before you did.
But Morgan, we've never even heard of a planet called Rusan. Yeah. How are we supposed to live there?
Yeah.
Good point.
I still say we should have stayed back on Sullen. We could have reasoned with the Imperials, formed a non-violent protest.
Yeah.
That would have gotten the point across.
Right, that's
Would
right.
it? Tell that to the 3 families that stayed behind. I've just received word that Imperial forces massacred them this morning.
What?
No,
I do not believe
kidding.
that.
Oh,
That
no,
can't. That
they
would not
didn't
happen.
That's
do
right.
that.
Massacred. Simply because they were part of a demonstration organized back on Sullen. A demonstration that all of you took part in. Yeah. The only difference between those 3 families and all of you is that you agreed to listen to me and get off planet. Now please, listen to me for a little while longer and you'll be all right.
All right, Morgan Katarn. We'll do what you ask. You're the one who's so eager for us to join this so-called rebellion against the Empire. Just remember that our lives are in your hands.
Yes.
I'll remember. I just hope I'm up to it. You called for me, Captain Jerg?
Katarn. Yeah, I thought you'd want to know we're coming up on Rusan. Should be ready to debark your people inside 2 hours.
That it on the screen?
Home sweet home.
What's it like down there, Captain? What am I leading these people into?
Not so bad. There's some low-profile indigenous species not really worth considering. Pockets of ruins, a lot of good-for-nothing real estate. The planet has a Class 1 atmosphere, though, enough gravity to keep your feet on the ground, and something more. Something so special you can't hardly find it anymore.
What's that?
There ain't no Imperials down there. The planet isn't on any current star charts.
And how'd you find it?
Well, let's say rebel sympathizers ain't the only illegal cargo I haul. A few years ago, I was looking for a place to store some goods and happened onto this hunk of rock. Done me good ever since.
And now you're doing good, Captain. The people on board this ship owe you their lives.
Don't owe me nothing but money, Morgan Katarn. Nothing but money. Well, Katarn, what do you think of Fort Nowhere now?
Fort Nowhere?
That's what me and my boys like to call this place.
It'll do. Like you said, it's far from prying Imperial eyes. That's a start. Now we'll just have to see if a bunch of transplanted city dwellers from Sullen can turn themselves into colonists on an empty planet. Captain, the planet is empty, isn't it?
Well, after a manner of speaking. I did mention the old ruins and the indigenous, didn't I?
Yeah, you said there were indigenous species, yes, but you also said that they weren't really worth considering, as I recall.
That's probably true. Yeah, probably true. But one of my shuttle pilots spotted something while he was ferrying your people planetside. He wasn't sure what to make of it.
Captain, I'm responsible for the lives of 347 men, women, and children. I need to know what to make of it.
Well, I got the general coordinates my pilot noticed.
Can you send a recon team to investigate?
No. That wasn't in our agreement. This was strictly a hop and drop job. Jump into hyperspace, get to the planet, and drop your people off. I can't ask my boys to go out there. Those coordinates cover a big patch of land. And it's the Badlands at that. No water out there, no shade, no nothing. Besides, I can't spare anyone.
Well, can you spare a speeder?
What did you have in mind?
You sure you know what you're doing, Katarn?
No, but if your crewman saw something suspicious, it's my job to make sure my people are safe.
What's your position?
I'm about 100 kilometers west of the landing site. I found what looks like an old road of some kind.
Any idea where it's headed?
Toward a furnace by the feel of the air. It's getting hot out here.
Affirmative. Temperature's going nova back here, too. I recommend you pull into the shade and give your speeder a cool down before you have a meltdown.
Copy that. Katarn out. Now to find a place to hide from the sun. That big dome of rock looks about right. If I didn't know better, I'd say this rock looks artificial. Katarn calling Captain Jerk. You there?
Copy that. You blow a repulsor already?
Negative. I think I found something. At first I thought it was a huge rock, but now I'm starting to think it was made by someone or something.
Describe it.
About 40 meters high. No signs of writing, but it's covered in cracks and scratches that they don't seem quite right. And there's also... Whoa!
Katarn? Katarn, you all right?
Affirmative. I stepped in some kind of hole. The ground around here is full of them, and
Yeah?
they're all the same size, and they're all evenly spaced apart. I've got a strange feeling about this.
Feeling? Don't give me feelings, Katarn. Give me facts.
You wouldn't understand, Captain. I've had feelings my whole life. Never done much with them, but I've always known they had something to do with the Force. Hold on. I think I see something. There's something moving over there.
What is it? Katarn, what do you see?
There are several of them. I think there's several dozen of them. I'm going to investigate.
Katarn, play it safe. Don't do anything... Katarn? Do you copy? Katarn! Blast! The comlink's gone dead. Either that big rock he mentioned is causing interference, or something cut him off on purpose. Blast!
I can't believe what's happening. Captain Jerk, are you receiving? I think the comlink's gone dead. If you're receiving, I want this on record. I've just been surrounded by several dozen creatures. At least 50 or 60 of them. They're shaped like large globes. They move by rolling along, and I've never seen this before. They change directions by raising flaps of skin like sails. They move with the wind, and they seem to look for small obstacles like boulders, use them as ramps to launch into the air and sail as far as they can. They're like bouncers, which is as good a name for them as any, I guess. I'm not sure whether to laugh or be terrified. but I think I have my answer. Katarn out. Hello? They seem intelligent. I'm sorry, I don't understand your language. What? What was that? Night? Well, yes, it is heading toward night, but... Jedi Knight? Is that what you're trying to say?
Finally, you have come.
You were expecting me?
So it is written, a night shall come. A battle will be fought, and the prisoners go free. So says the poem of the ages.
Look, forgive me, but you seem to have me confused with someone else. I'm no Jedi Knight.
The poem of the ages declares, an alien knight will arrive from the east.
Yes, but I'm not
He
here.
will fly through the air, stay the night in the city of Almando, and request directions to the valley.
Yes, but that's not me.
So it is written. Knights can manipulate the Force. You manipulate the Force, so you are a knight.
Manipulate? How did you know that? Never mind. Look, it's true that I have the ability to detect fluctuations in the Force, and that I flew across the desert, but the similarity ends there. Please allow me to point out that I didn't stay in the city of Almando, whatever it is, and I certainly haven't asked for directions.
Wait.
What are you doing? Why are you digging? There's nothing there but sand and...
Jedi Knight, look.
You've dug something up, or at least you've exposed something that was buried under the sand. It looks like an obelisk of some kind. And this is only the top. The rest must be buried under the sand. What's down there?
Almando.
Almando? The city? You mean it's buried under our feet?
Yes, Jedi.
And this is where I was planning to camp for the night.
Rest. We will speak again at morning.
What happens then?
Then, you ask for directions.
Katarn to base camp. Katarn to base camp.
We copy, Katarn. We're starting to get worried. Don't the sand has swallowed you up.
No, I spent the night near a rock formation that caused some interference, but I'm fine. I'm just gonna scout around a little longer, and then I'll be back.
Copy. Let me know if you find anything interesting.
I don't like having to lie to Captain Zurg, but those bouncer creatures, or whatever they were, seem to want to keep this place a secret. And Zurg's a mercenary. He's liable to grab whatever's waiting and make a quick credit or two. If there's anything here, that is. Those bouncers' directions didn't do much more than point me down the road and tell me how far to go. Not that I'd need that information. Whew. Boy, there's something out there. Not a person exactly, more like a feeling. It's intense. Getting stronger. This has got to be the place. Not much here, though. Some old rock formations. More sand and dust. And that feeling. What was that? Oh, Katarn, you're getting jumpy in your old age. You're starting to... No, something is there. It sounds like it's coming from that rock formation. Ooh. Whatever this is, it was meant for a Jedi to handle. And you're no Jedi. But something's wrong. And you're the only one around. It's coming from that opening in the rocks. And that opening's man-made. Oh. There's stairs leading down. Whew. The air down there, it's cold. Like a tomb. Oh, I don't want to go. But I can't turn back. Morgan Katarn, you're an old fool. And worse than that, you're an honest fool. That's just the kind that gets himself killed. My stars. These stairs lead down to a tomb of some kind. It's filled with burial markers, stone coffins. It's like a city of the dead. But they're not dead. Those voices, they sound like they're in agony. It's like their spirits are trapped down here. But for how long? These ruins are ancient. Hundreds of years old. I can't. I don't know how to use the Force. I never learned. And that's the entire story.
What happened after that?
Nothing. I ran away. I didn't tell any of the colonists, and I certainly didn't tell Captain Jurg. A short time later, I left the colonists to return to my home here in Sullen. But I couldn't get those voices out of my head. It was like their spirits were being tormented.
It must have been difficult for you to carry the weight of this burden all these months.
It has. Ron, I've been waiting to tell someone. I've needed to tell someone. In all the time I've been working with the Alliance, I thought there would be someone I could trust. But the time never seemed right, or the person didn't seem right. I don't know.
You acted rightly, Morgan Katarn. This information is more valuable than you could possibly imagine. I'm honored that you have trusted me with it.
Trusted you? Of course. You're a Jedi Knight. You should know. I'd almost given up hope of finding a Jedi anymore.
It's true. We have become a rare species since the Emperor took power.
Yeah.
And we grow rarer by the day. But this news you bring me of a cavern full of tombs, this brings some hope and even greater danger.
You know of this place?
I've heard of it. My Jedi Master Yoda spoke to me long ago of a place called the Valley of the Jedi. I have searched for it. It is a place of great power.
Yes.
If this power were tapped, it could destroy planets, even entire star systems. If it fell into the wrong hands...
Any hope we have of regaining freedom in the galaxy would be gone.
Forever.
Well then, Ron, you should go there. The spirits, whatever they are, they're waiting for a Jedi to release them.
Agreed. But we must move carefully.
Yes.
I must gather a team to investigate. Experts to probe these ruins you mention. Then, with you as our guide, we can make the necessary journey.
Whatever you say. The coordinates to the planet...
No, tell me nothing.
What? But you're a Jedi. I thought...
I will visit this planet, Morgan. I intend to help those lost spirits. But you must not tell me where the planet is located. Not yet. The knowledge is safer with you. Much safer. I must travel soon, and there are those who hope to track me down. Hide what you know, and leave instructions for someone you trust.
But who? I have lots of friends among the rebels now, but the Alliance is full of spies.
No one in the rebellion. Someone closer to your heart. Your son.
Kyle? Ron, I love my son, but you know he's at the Imperial Academy right now. Is it wise to...
Much about the future is unclear to me, Morgan Katarn. But I do know this. Your son's destiny lies along a different path than the one he currently takes. Go to your home. Leave a message that only he could find.
And what about you, Ron?
My path is a dark one. But if the Force is with me, I will find light at the other end. It is good that you did not tell me the location of this planet, Morgan. Those who follow the dark side would like nothing better than to find this place and use it for evil.
Ron, you speak as if you were in great danger.
We are all in great danger, Morgan. So long as the Emperor sits on his throne. I am a Jedi, and right now that is a very dangerous thing to be. Now go, and may the Force be with you. May the Force be with us all.
Any sign of the rebels, Yun?
Nothing on our scanners, Saris.
Cross-check our instruments with the scanners on the other vessel.
Already done. They confirm no readings. But they're just a bunch of stormtroopers. The three of us are Dark Jedi. There's no way those brainless faceplates will spot the rebels first.
Maybe, but we Dark Jedi haven't spotted anything either. Maybe they aren't here after all.
They are here.
Maw speaks. Do you sense something, Maw?
I sense fear. That is my talent. I taste it. I smell it. Fear sends ripples through the dark side of the Force and brings the sweet feeling to me. There is fear here. There are rebels here.
Good. Then maybe this afternoon won't be so boring after all.
Saris, this is the Star Destroyer Vengeance.
Yes, my Lord Jarek. We are receiving your signal.
The sensors on the Vengeance have not picked up on signals. Have you captured them yet?
No, my lord, but Ma has sensed their presence.
Excellent. Excellent.
You must trust Maw's force-sensing abilities, Saris. Maw's power lacks the refinement that you and your young companion Yun possess, but they are a force to be reckoned with.
Thanks to you, my Lord Jarek. You trained all of us.
Indeed, I did. Now it is time for you to prove your worth. Find those rebels. I grow tired of waiting. Soon, the secret will be in my hands, and the Valley of the Jedi will be mine.
This way. Through these trees.
Okay.
Come on.
Run! Run, wait! We've got to rest a minute. I'm exhausted and I'm the only real soldier in this bunch.
Very well. We'll stop here. But only for a minute. These trees should give us some cover from any ships that fly overhead.
Oh, we should have taken the skimmer. I could have flown us back and forth to our ship 5 times by now.
Spoken like a true pilot, my young friend Druno.
Yeah.
However, on the first trip, the Imperials would have spotted the heat signature from the skimmer and descended on us like swamp gnats on a carcass. We're better off on foot.
I'm not so sure, Ron. I know you Jedi have your own ways of knowing things, but isn't there a better way? This is hardly the right group to take on a cross-country march. Druno here's pretty young.
Hey!
Nige Poral over there is a professor of ancient linguistics and isn't up to this.
I'll be all right.
And Rolanda Grun is a technologist. None of them are in the best shape.
Speak for yourself, Norley. You didn't see me asking to stop.
All I'm saying is that on foot we may not have a chance.
The people after us are Dark Jedi, Norley. I can sense them. Whether on foot or flying, we have only one chance. If we can buy some time, if we can reach the ship, if we can shake the TIE fighters. Do you still have those 2 missile launchers?
Never leave my side.
Good. Then here's my plan.
Saris, Jarek sounded angry.
Lord Jarek always sounds angry, Yun.
You mean you get used to it?
No, you never get used to it. Maw, do you sense anything?
They are moving again to the southeast.
You heard him, pilot. New heading. Signal the other skimmer to follow.
Yes, ma'am.
They are close. I don't have Maw's sensitivity to fear, but I feel something in the Force. Something... By my stars, it's a trap!
They blew up the other ship!
Surface-to-air missile. They laid an ambush.
But how? I sensed no one.
This attack is Ron's doing. That Jedi is a crafty one. He must have taught at least one member of his team how to control their fear. Pilot, circle back around. I'll deal with this attacker myself.
Yes, ma'am.
Good shooting, Norley. Old Tech Sergeant Hooley'd be proud of that shot. But don't get cocky now. Remember your multiple fire training. Lock sights on target. Target locked. What was that? Felt like someone touching my neck. There's no one here. Steady, soldier. Do your duty. Hold the launcher steady. Center on the target. That's it, you Imperial scum. just a little closer. Almost in range. Something shocking me. Can't breathe.
Yun, you can stop firing now. She's dead.
Not dead enough. No one ambushes Dark Jedi.
She did. The question is why? Why would Ron sacrifice a rebel?
Isn't the answer obvious? That rebel took out half our fighting force. 20 stormtroopers for one rebel. Not a bad trade.
That wasn't the reason. Ron and his little team aren't interested in fighting. They want to escape.
What?
Ron created this little maneuver to gain time.
Why?
Because they have a starship somewhere and they're trying to reach it. Pilot, return to your original course and hurry!
Hurry, hurry! Bruno, it's time to show us how good a pilot you really are.
Well, what about Norley?
Never mind about her.
But we can't just leave her.
The more we talk, the more we risk making her sacrifice one in vain.
All right. Let's skip all the pre-flight. Either this bait is gonna fly right now or she never will.
Hurry! They're almost on us.
Don't worry. I've got a little surprise for them. Okay, punch it!
They reached their ship.
They're taking off.
Their fear is great. They will run.
They'll probably make for the far side of the planet to get away from the Vengeance. Let's radio this. Wait!
The ship is swinging around.
They're going to ram us! Evasive action! We're out of control!
Pilot, steady this ship!
I can't. We're caught in their slipstream. We're going to crash.
Yun, are you well?
Well enough. But I can't say the same for the skimmer.
Ma?
Unhurt.
Pilot,
I'm all right, ma'am. Just a small lump on my head.
let me take care of that for you.
No, no!
The lump on your head is no longer a problem. Ma, where are they?
Far away. Their ship has reached space.
Out of our hands. It's up to the Star Destroyer Vengeance now.
We've got 4 more TIE fighters coming in.
Steady, Bruno.
Turning to point 6 to evade them.
That's where they want you to go.
I didn't reach space just to get blown apart. The stars are crawling with TIE fighters, and these coordinates are the only...
It's a trap. There's a Star Destroyer bearing down on us.
Well, how do you know? I don't see any Oh! What happened?
We're caught in a tractor beam.
I'm at full power, and we're going nowhere.
They're holding us in place. We're about to get boarded.
Well, they won't get us without a fight. Not while I've got a blaster handy. What's that smell?
Gas. They're filling the ship with gas. Quickly, get to the storage lockers. Hurry! Spacesuits! In storage lockers! If we can reach... If we can...
Jedi, time to wake up.
Get up!
On your feet, Jedi. Don't try to fool us. The sleep gas wore off several minutes ago.
You overestimate my power and underestimate your sleep gas. I can barely move.
Oh, you'll move, or my friend Gork here will move you, and you don't want that.
Friend? I thought he was your pack animal. Either that or you're his trained monkey lizard, the way you ride around on his shoulder like that.
Gork, our Jedi prisoner doesn't seem to like our symbiotic partnership. Teach him to appreciate it.
A creature of few words. How refreshing.
That's better. And don't try anything. I've already taken your lightsaber, and Gork and I will know if you try to use the Force. Now get moving. Your friends are waiting.
Ron, you're alive.
Am I? That's something, then.
What are they going to do with us?
I don't know, Roland. Dr. Pural, are you well?
I don't know. I'm still dizzy from the gas.
Well, at least we're together for the moment.
These people that captured us, are they Dark Jedi?
Silence!
Lord Jarek approaches.
Who's he? He looks like a walking skeleton.
Is he blind?
He's wearing a strip of black cloth across his eyes.
I recognize the others. The woman, the young man, and the big man were the ones chasing us.
His name is Jarek, and he is a true master of evil. I can feel the Force twisted and corrupted in his presence.
Silence! Saris, come forward.
Yes, my Lord Jarek.
These are the beings that escaped you.
Yes, my lord.
You disappoint me. An inexperienced young pilot, 2 scientists, and a bedraggled Jedi should be no match for 3 of my students. You and Jan and Maw have failed me. Don't let it happen again.
We won't, my Lord Jarek.
Very well. Now, you are called Ron.
That is a name I answer to.
Indeed. May I present my 6 Dark Jedi? Saris, Jan, and Maw chased you on the planet. Beside me are the symbiotic twins Pick and Gork. A rather interesting pair, as you can see. And you have yet to meet Bok the Crude, a Twi'lek.
Lord Jarek has promised me your heart, Jedi scum.
Oh, Bok, you could never win my heart, I'm afraid.
Fool! I'll tear your tongue.
Bok, you have much to learn. The Jedi tries to bait you, to distract your anger when you should focus it. Be silent. Now, Ron, I have introduced my companions. Perhaps you should introduce yours.
I speak for myself. My name is Rolana Gran, and you'll learn nothing from me.
It shall be as you say. Gork, Pick, kill him?
No, stay back. Keep that saber away from me.
You don't like Gork? Then how about me?
Oh, good stab, Pick.
What do I always tell you, Gork? Teamwork. Teamwork.
Well done. Well, my friends, now that the stakes are clear, please answer my questions. I have reason to believe that you know about the Valley of the Jedi, and that you may have been there. Where is it? Provide the coordinates, or the location where the coordinates may be found, and I will grant you a merciful death. Deny my request, and I assure you the suffering will be beyond comprehension. The choice is yours.
No.
Very well. Beat the Jedi down to his knees. You are old, Ron, and weak. Give me what I ask, or I will take it.
You could not.
Oh, I could, and you know it. You can feel my power, like a shadow over you.
Then why wait? Strike me down.
In time, when I am done with you. Look at me, old man. You are nothing compared to the power of the dark side. Your struggles are useless. You may attempt to hide your secret, but you can hide nothing from me. Nothing from the darkness that reaches into every fiber of your being and tells me everything I need to know. Excellent. You have my thanks, old man. It might please you to know that Morgan Katarn journeyed here before you.
Morgan?
Oh, yes. I tracked him to his home on Sullen. He knelt just where you kneel. He suffered just as you suffer. And he took the secret to his grave. However, thanks to the fact that you instructed him to leave a record, we know what to look for.
Morgan?
Now, I am done with you. Students, attend. This is how to wield a lightsaber.
Morgan, I'm sorry.
Now, Jedi, you will die.
Now everything is in the hands of your son.
Welcome to the Rimmer's Rest, best cantina in all of Nar Shaddaa.
Thank you. I assume that droids are welcome in this establishment?
As long as you got credits, you're welcome. Come on, you.
I am looking for...
You gotta fire yourself. I make it my business to mind my own. You take my meaning?
Naturally. But if you should happen to spot
You looking for me?
Boba Fett, where did you come from?
You requested a meeting.
Indeed. Well, shall we take this booth?
I prefer to stand. Who are you?
A potential client. They call me 8T88, or 88 for short.
Do you represent yourself or someone else?
Doesn't matter.
I've never worked for a machine before.
Then get used to it, my friend. Machines have all the advantages. We do not die, we do not get sick. Machines are the future.
Maybe, maybe not. What's your business?
A man named Kyle Katarn will enter this bar in 1 hour. He has information that I want.
Then ask him.
He may not wish to tell me.
And that's where I come in.
Exactly.
I pass.
Excuse me?
I won't take the job.
Why not?
I hunt. I don't torture. Besides, I've heard of Katarn.
Heard what?
Katarn works both sides.
You mean that he works for the Alliance?
And has connections with the Empire.
Why is that a problem?
This civil war is going to go critical soon. Someone will win. I don't plan on making enemies like that.
So you think Katarn is an Imperial, and that the Empire will win the Civil War, and that Katarn's Imperial friends will come after you. Is that what you're saying?
I'm saying no.
Welcome to the Rimmer's Rest Best Canteen and
Thanks. I've been here before. I reserved a booth in the back.
All right, name?
Katarn. Kyle Katarn.
Right over here.
I set a booth in the back. This is right here in the middle of the bar.
Oh? That's all I got. Take it or leave it.
I'll take it. And tell the server to bring me some Norvanian grog.
Server! Grog! Table 4!
Where's that hollow cube? Here.
Kyle, I want you to remember, son, when you're at the Academy, how very proud I am of you. Kyle, I want you to remember, son, when you're at the Academy, how very proud
Why do I
I
keep
am
doing this to myself? Watching this hologram of my father isn't going to bring him back. Nothing's going to bring him back.
A family hologram. How touching.
My personal life is none of your business, 88.
On the contrary, I believe your personal life is very much my business. And you'll thank me for it. Mind if I sit down?
Sit. But don't waste my time, 88. You called this meeting. You said you had information.
Exactly. Important information to your personal life.
What?
I know who killed your father.
My father? Who? Tell me now.
You see, I thought you'd be interested. They always are, you know. Anyone who wants information eventually comes to 88. Oh, they're put off at first because I'm a droid, but they soon learn that I have
Don't play games with me.
Easy, Katarn. There's no need for a blaster.
Tell me who killed my father or you'll end up in the scrap pile.
Tisk. Impatience. Another frailty of you biologicals.
That's it.
A dark Jedi. He's a dark Jedi.
A Jedi?
Dark Jedi. He is known as Jarek, and they say he has great plans for the rebirth of the Empire.
Jarek.
You know him?
I met him. 8 years ago when I graduated from the Academy. He singled me out, gave me a Medal of Valor. That was only a few days after my father was killed.
How interesting. It seems this Jarek has some interest in your family. And now you in particular.
Well, if he wants me, all he has to do is keep looking over his shoulder. Because that's where I'll be.
Frankly, I doubt it.
Why? Because he's an Imperial?
No, because of the two goons with blasters pointed at your back.
What?
Don't move. You look pretty funny walking around with a smoking stump on top of your shoulders.
Hand over the blaster. Now.
88, you misprogrammed pile of bantha.
Now, Katarn, don't become irrational. It's all business after all.
All right, boss. He's unarmed.
Excellent. You two may not be as good as Boba Fett, but you've done well enough so far. Just keep an eye on him. Now, Katarn, where were we? Ah, yes, our friend Lord Jarek. He has many plans. Unfortunately for you, none of them include your continued presence in the galaxy. However, I am not without a heart. Well, actually, I am without a heart, but still, I might allow you to live, if you answer my questions.
You might as well ask. Looks like I'm not going anywhere at the moment.
Indeed. Well, tell me, does this look familiar?
That? Sure. Looks like a mini data disk.
Yes, it should look familiar. I found dozens of them in your father's home.
My father? Give me that!
Stay put.
No, you don't, Katarn. It's mine now.
You went through my father's house? 88, a minute ago I had decided to be nice and just tear you apart and sell you for scrap. But now you're in...
Empty threats are a waste of respiration, Katarn. Now, as I was saying, I found many discs. Most of them were boring. Information about farming, agricultural reports, family hollow albums, but this one was different. It's in code. And as brilliant as my computer brain is, I can't seem to break that code.
That's where I come in?
Precisely. You see, you can be rational when you try. I'd like you to provide me with the means to access this disk, or I'll allow my employees here to indulge the darker aspects of their nature.
The dark side? I've already seen it. Do your worst.
Regrettable stubbornness. Ah, well, what is the saying? Like father, like son? A grim thought, considering the way your father met his end. He's all yours, boys, and remember, 100 credits for every piece of him you bring back to me. In case your slow biological brains can't grasp the concept, that means the more pieces he's in, the more money you make. Good evening, Katarn.
Remember me, Katarn?
Can't say that I do. But the streets are filled with trash, and it's hard to tell one piece from another.
I was a bodyguard working for a smuggler a few years back. He was running weapons into the Imperial sector until you dumped his operation down a black hole and gave me a laser shot in the leg doing it. Took me 3 months to heal from that wound, and my leg still hurts sometimes.
Oh, here. Let me take your mind off it!
Look out!
Why don't you tell your friend it's not polite to point?
My blaster! I lost my blaster!
There it is!
The blaster's moving like it's caught in a tractor beam.
It's flying right into...
Right into my hand.
How'd you do that?
I eat right and exercise. You, drop the weapon. Good. Don't try to follow me, and don't try to warn your boss.
You'll never leave here alive, Katarn. Nar Shaddaa will be your grave.
I'm not interested in leaving. Not until I conclude my business with 88.
Good luck trying to find him. This city is one huge maze.
It might be difficult, but I think the tractor device I slipped onto him as he walked out should help.
This is the Moldy Crow to Kyle Katarn. Kyle, do you copy? Kyle, it's Jan. Do you copy? Bantha fodder. Kyle must not have his comlink on. Which shouldn't surprise me since he doesn't know I followed him here. But it means I have to go looking for him, which means flying around this skyscraping junk pile of a city. I can't believe half the buildings in Nar Shaddaa are still standing. Some of them are 3 kilometers high and look like they're just glued together pieces of sheet metal. I guess that's why they call this place Vertical City. Spaces between these buildings don't give a girl much room to maneuver and... Uh-oh. 3 Imperial ships headed my way. I hope they're just... passing through.
This ain't no parking lot. Fly that thing or get out of the way.
Copy that, Admiral. I'll try not to put my ship where you plan on flying next time.
Cut the wisecracks or we'll cut you down. What's your name and registration?
This is the Moldy Crow, and my registration's none of your business. The Empire hasn't had jurisdiction over Nar Shaddaa since the Emperor died.
My turbo lasers say different, Moldy Crow. Get in my way again and they'll be scraping your scraps off the bottom layer of this city. Out!
Nice to know some things never change. The Imperials may be in retreat in some parts of the galaxy, but they're still as arrogant as ever. What is it now? This is the Moldy Crow. Who's hailing me?
Landing guidance droid LG-318 to incoming vessel. I am programmed to guide inbound ships to public landing platforms. Please follow my vector.
Kyle, you're lucky I owe you so much, or I'd just leave you here. And you're lucky I'm so curious why you slipped away from Alliance headquarters all by yourself. I want to know what you're up to. Copy that, LG-318. Lead the way.
All right, 88, where are you? Tracker says you're around here somewhere, but these marketplaces on Nar Shaddaa are so blasted crowded that... Gotcha.
Hurry hurry up, you biological buffoons.
What's the hurry, boss?
I pay you to be my bodyguard, not ask questions. Just hurry. The launch deck is right through this archway. An Imperial shuttle should be arriving any minute. Now be silent.
Hey, boss,
Grenzo, do you have a brain?
Yeah, but...
Does it function? Is it possible to perform a diagnostic on a biological?
Sure, but boss...
Did you not hear me tell you to be silent?
But, boss, there's something attached to your leg.
There is? Please remove it, Grenzo.
Got it.
Give it to me. My sensors indicate it's sending out some sort of signal, which would make this...
A tracking device, 88, and a good one.
Katarn! Grenzo, delay him. I must get to that shuttle.
Copy, boss!
Here's the launch deck. Where is that blasted shuttle? Ah, there it is. This is AT-88 to Imperial Shuttle. You are quite prompt.
Ready to take you aboard.
There's no need to land. Just lower the ramp.
Copy.
You're not getting away that easy. What's wrong, 88? Leaving so soon?
You're too late, Katarn. I guess you'll never see this disc again. There's no way you can cover that distance before I can board the shuttle.
Maybe I can't, but a blaster bolt can!
Ah! My arm. He shot off my arm. Grenzo!
I'm on him, boss! I got him!
Sorry, you left me no choice. Blast! The shuttle's lifted off with 88 on board. But if I can just find that arm I blasted off him, the disc should still be... Oh no! TIE fighter coming in! And there's no cover! I better...
Kyle, use a little help?
Jan, how did you know?
Because you can always use a little help, Kyle.
You're just lucky I got picked up by a landing guidance droid that led me to this platform.
What would I do without you?
Kyle, sensors show more ships on the way. I'll lower the ramp.
Negative, Jan. The disc fell off the platform. It's got to be 30 stories down by now.
What disc? What are you...
I'm going after it. Meet me on the top deck.
What you need, Katarn, is someone to tell you when you're being an idiot. Jan, for instance. Somehow I think she would have told you that trying to use a maintenance ladder meant for a species half your size to climb down the outside of a building 30 stories to the bottom of the city in freezing winds would be stupid. Oh, great, stormtroopers. Oh, I better hurry. One of those stormtroopers is bound to get smart enough to look over the side of the building. Either that, or a ship will spot me. I better find cover fast. This window should do nicely. Oh, blast, it's made of transparent steel. Let's see what a blaster can do. Ah, that did it. Now, if I can just jump from the ladder to the... Now, to pull myself up. Made it. Now, to find a way out of the...
Hey, what are you doing in here?
Get down! Oh, sorry about the mess. Send the bill to the Empire. So this is the lowest level of Nar Shaddaa. Oh, no wonder the residents keep building up. They're probably trying to get away from the heat. Or the smell. Come on, that droid's arm and the disc must have fallen down here somewhere. There were no ledges or overhangs anywhere between here and the launch deck up above. It must have hit bottom. I just hope the disc didn't shatter when... There! Over there! Oh, the water's cold and slimy. And some of these puddles look deep enough to hide a bounty hunter!
You are mine.
I don't think so. Not when all you're holding is that old vibro axe and I've got my trusty...
So much for your blaster. And as you'll see, a vibro axe is a deadly weapon in the hand of one who knows how to use it. Coward! Stand still and die a brave death.
I'd rather not die any death at all.
You have no honor! You have no...
Yeah, and I fight dirty, too. Got it! 88's arm, and the disc still clutched in his greedy metal hand. Looks like my friend here had backup. Time for a tactical retreat.
Kyle, what have you gotten me into now? Why is it every time I follow that stubborn nerf herder, I end up in a dogfight?
Unidentified ship, cut your engines and land or you will be destroyed.
Not by the likes of you. I've seen better flying from a garbage scow. Better shooting from a blind Rhodian. You Imperials obviously don't care much about the locals.
Their fault for getting in the way, and yours for not surrendering when you had the chance.
Oh.
You're dead.
Yeah? Well, then let's see if you can catch me. Ah!
I don't believe it. I must have run up 30 flights of stairs, climbed up a dozen ladders, and those bounty hunters are still after me. Well, at least I put some distance between us.
What's the matter, Katarn?
Oh.
You never heard of the turbo lift? It's a lot easier than taking the stairs. It's faster, too. Right, boys?
Yeah.
No, Katarn. You dropped your blaster. No fair trying to pick it up again.
Look. Whatever the reward is for bringing me in, I'll double it.
Ooh, that's not very original. They always say that. And we bounty hunters always say no. You know why? Ethics. We're a very ethical bunch.
Triple.
Well, maybe if you quadruple the fee.
Kyle.
Okay, quadruple.
Nah, I think we'll just kill you instead. Stand back, boys. You don't want blood splashing on your clothes. Of course, you'll be able to afford new ones with the credits we collect on this one. I can't believe the Empire's willing to pay so much for this scum. He wasn't that hard to catch.
Kyle Katarn, hear me.
Losing too much blood. Starting to hear things.
Go to the peace within. Nothing can touch you there.
Go to the...
The Force will protect you.
The Force. Like the gun trick I pulled on the Rimmer's Rest. That's the Force. I can use it to call my blaster to me. Like this.
He's got a blaster! Where did Tom go?
Everything's moving in slow motion. Distant. Like I'm watching someone else's life. There's so much time to aim, fire, and move to the next one. They're dropping like broad grass under my father's side. They can't stop me. I'm invincible. No one can stand against me. No one can... What happened? I lost it. The Force, it's gone. As soon as I became overconfident, arrogant, but at least it bought me some time.
Come on, Kyle. You've got to be here somewhere. I've been over half this junk pile of a city and... Oh, wait a minute. Those light flashes. I thought they were a signal beacon before, but... Oh, they look an awful lot like laser fire. Scanners on. What have we got here? 15 figures putting off heat signatures. 7 of them are cooling rapidly. I'd say they were dead. 8 more standing, 3 Rhodians, a couple of Gamorreans, and 2 Trandoshans. Sounds like a recipe for bounty hunter stew. But the last one's human. Oh, Kyle. Looks like you've found trouble again. And it's up to me to rescue you. Again.
Surrender, Katarn! We'll kill you quick instead of bringing you alive!
Don't do me any favors! At least not while I've still got a few shots left in my blaster!
You may be able to dodge a few blaster shots, Katarn, but try on one of this!
Blast! It's a...
concussion grenade. It just went off under Kyle's feet. Kyle! Kyle, do you copy? Kyle! Those bounty hunters may have done their job. But I'll make sure they never collect.
Nice work, boys. Now all we have to do is cut off his head and bring it to the authorities. We should be rich men by... Hey, what's that? It's a ship! Incoming!
Kyle! Kyle! Are you... Oh, he's still warm. And there's a faint pulse. Blaster wound in the shoulder, but it looks like the beam cauterized the wound. Head wound looks bad. Probably from the concussion grenade. You're in bad shape, Kyle, and you need help. Lucky for you, I know where to find it.
Coming through.
Excuse me.
No time. We got wounded to tend to. I gotta get this one into a Bacta tank right away.
I just need to know where I can find a friend.
A friend. Look, ma'am, this medical frigate just took on 6,000 casualties from the Imperial attack on the planet Sakul. Everyone's got a friend on board.
Well, he would have come in alone. He's not a regular soldier. He's part of special operations.
I wouldn't know, but try Ward 114. Let's go!
Can I help you?
Is this Ward 114?
Oh, it depends on who you are.
Jan Orr, Special Operations. Here's my ID.
Right, you check out. Sorry, but working in Special Operations, you can imagine how tight security is here. Yes, this is Ward 114.
I'm looking for an agent named Kyle Katarn.
Katarn. Let's see. Katarn, here he is. Yes, he's in Bacta Tank 23, right over here.
Is he...
Oh, yeah, he'll be fine. Thanks to the Bacta and to whoever brought him in so quickly.
I did.
Well, then he owes you his life. Another few minutes without treatment and he would have gone the other way. I'd say luck had something to do with it too. With all the wounded coming in, tank space is limited, and frankly, this patient almost didn't get one.
Why is that?
Well, special ops agents usually get priority treatment. But according to this one's files, he's borderline priority. Something about a questionable past. We almost sent him below decks for more primitive treatment. As it is, I'm not sure I did the right thing. A lot of good people are waiting to use this tank, and from what I'm told, this agent may have Imperial connections.
Oh, you did the right thing, Doctor. Kyle Katarn has done more for the Alliance than I could in a dozen lifetimes.
Oh, look, I didn't mean anything by it. It's just what it says here.
Well, don't believe everything you read.
Well, you know, it's what I don't read that's so unusual. No mission statement. According to the logs, this particular agent wasn't on assignment when he was injured.
I'm sure you're aware, Doctor, that agents sometimes get assigned to missions on, shall we say, an unofficial basis.
Perhaps. In any case, he did receive treatment, and he will recover for better or for worse. If you need me, I'll be in the lab.
All right, Kyle Katarn. I just lied through my teeth for you. I have no more idea what you were doing on Nar Shaddaa than that doctor does. I may be willing to overlook these personal missions you take, but our bosses aren't. And since I'm the one who gets grilled by the higher-ups, I'll have to do some snooping. There's got to be something in your pack that will tell me why you slipped off to Nar Shaddaa all by yourself. And what was that disc you were rambling about? Let's see. ID wallet. A hollow cube. Oh, I've seen this one with his father. The disc. Sorry, Kyle, but I need to borrow this while you're in the Bacta tank. Anything you risked your life for has got to be important, and I wouldn't be doing my duty to the Alliance if I didn't check it out. I'll be back before you even wake... Oh, what's this? Oh, another hollow cube. Well, I thought the only one he ever carried was the one of his father. Looks like Kyle Katarn's turning into a sentimental fool right in front of him. It's me. That's a picture of me. Kyle, I don't know what this means to you, but it means a lot to me. I know I'll probably never say this to your face, but I love you, Kyle. Get better.
Kyle.
Who's calling me?
Kyle Katarn.
Who are you?
One who has watched you for a long time, Kyle Katarn. I am Ram.
Where am I?
Everywhere. Between wake and sleep. You are with the Force. Do those answers comfort you?
No.
For your question has no meaning. Listen carefully. A crossroads lies before you. The same man who murdered your father contemplates an even greater evil.
Lord Jarek?
Jarek seeks a place called the Valley of the Jedi.
Valley of the Jedi?
A place where thousands of Jedi spirits are trapped. A place of almost unbelievable power. A place Jarek must never reach. If he does, the results could be catastrophic. Once he has mastered that power, Jarek could destroy a star with a whisper, eradicate a solar system with a snap of his fingers.
I'll kill him!
Your father gave his life to protect this place. and the power it contains. His destiny was linked to it, and your destiny is linked with his.
You spoke to me before, when the bounty hunters
I am of
were...
the Force now, Kyle, and the Force is always with you. Your apprenticeship has been underway for some time now. Go to your father's house. There you will be able to read the disc and find the Valley of the Jedi. The disc will help you absorb the ways of the Jedi.
Jedi? I'm no Jedi.
You must learn your lessons well, and learn them quickly, for time is short. If you fail, if Jarek succeeds, then the galaxy is doomed.
Star Wars: Dark Forces. Rebel Agent. It has been 5 years since the destruction of the first Death Star, and months since the defeat of the Empire at the Battle of Endor. Since the Emperor's fall, the fledgling Alliance has struggled to drive the Empire further and further back from the worlds it conquered. But now, a new threat has emerged. The Dark Jedi known as Jarek has uncovered an ancient prophecy and a source of unbelievable power. Somewhere among the stars lies an uncharted planet and a mysterious place called the Valley of the Jedi. Only the murdered rebel leader Morgan Katarn knew its whereabouts, recording the secret on a data disk for his son Kyle. Unfortunately for the young rebel, a scheming droid called AT-88 obtained the disk. The droid was able to decipher some of its information and deliver it to Jarek just before Kyle caught up with him. Tracking the droid to Nar Shaddaa, Kyle recovered the disk, but was wounded in the ensuing battle. Recovering from his wounds, Kyle receives a vision from the murdered Jedi Master Ron, warning him of the task he must complete.
Jarek. Valley of the Jedi. Oh, Jarek. Gotta stop, Jarek.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, gotta find the valley.
All right, he's coming out of it. Alert the commander that Katarn is recovering. I think some people in Special Ops will want to know.
Mon Mothma, I'm sorry for the interruption, but I believe this is... Oh, forgive me. I didn't know you had visitors.
Jan, good to see you. I don't believe you've met. May I introduce Leia Organa Solo?
Hello.
Leia Organa? As in Princess Leia Organa Solo?
A title I gave up some time ago. And this is my brother Luke
Skywalker.
Yeah.
The Luke Skywalker. Mm-hmm. Hero of the Battle of Yavin and the Battle of Endor.
Yeah, just call me Luke. Good to meet you.
Mon Mothma, forgive me. You obviously have something more important.
No, Jen, stay.
Yes, please. From what Mon Mothma tells me, you and your partner were the ones who stole the Death Star plans in the first place, which makes you as much of a hero as I am, if you insist on that.
This is a real pleasure, Jan. What you did back then, it took a lot of courage and saved a lot of lives. Thank you.
Oh, well, thanks. I mean...
Jan, you have something to report.
Yes, I may have uncovered something important. You know I followed Kyle when he took personal time and went to Nar Shaddaa.
Yes.
He recovered a data disk there. It contained a lot of information, including data about something called the Valley of the Jedi.
Oh. What?
You've heard of it?
Yes. Years ago from a Jedi Master named Yoda.
Huh.
And more recently from others. No one's actually seen it, though, and that makes me wonder.
Well, for what it's worth, Kyle's father thought it was real. He left a message for his son about it.
Left a message? What happened to him?
8 years ago, the Imperials murdered Morgan Katarn and placed his head on a spike.
He was beheaded? That's how he was killed?
I think so. Does it make a difference?
It might. It's my experience that beheadings are as rare as the weapons used to carry them out. As rare as lightsabers.
I knew of Kyle's father. Long ago, we had a common ally, a Jedi named Ron. Morgan Katarn was a good man with a keen mind, and if he thought something was important, we would be wise to pay attention. Can you play this disc for us, Jan?
Yes. It's encoded, but I had some of the techs in the encryption room work on it. It's not perfect. You'll get the idea.
This message is intended for my son, Kyle Katarn. Kyle, I have left two very important items for you.
Yes.
The first is a map to the Valley of the Jedi, and is embedded in the stone ceiling above this room. The other is a lightsaber that belonged to a Jedi named Ron. Use it well. Use it for good.
That's all we could get off the disc.
Jan, no offense intended, but why should this message concern the Alliance? Our resources are scarce. I'm not sure we can afford to start a massive search for this Valley of the Jedi, if it even exists.
The Imperials care. I think they lured Kyle to Nar Shaddaa, hoping he could decode it for them. When he took it, they fought to get it back. If the Imperials want something that badly, I'd say it deserves our attention.
Well, if you follow that line of logic, then...
Leia, she may be right. Listen to the legend. Hundreds of years ago, a Jedi named Khan turned to the dark side and formed the Brotherhood of Darkness. The Brotherhood used the dark side of the Force to build an empire, and were well on their way toward expanding it when an army was raised to oppose them. The army of opposition consisted of beings from many planets and species, but they were all Jedi.
Right.
The two sides came together on a remote and little-known world. Salvos of pure energy were exchanged. Storms raged across the land, and lightning flashed from the skies. Entire cities were destroyed, and a species was pushed to the edge of extermination. Spirits were separated from their bodies. Finally, after days of mortal combat, the Brotherhood was defeated. Now, knowing that he had lost, but unwilling to accept defeat, Khan lured his opponents into a valley, and it was there that the Brotherhood of Darkness committed suicide, taking the Jedi with them, not to the freedom of death, but into a state of suspended animation, where they remain trapped. Now, their spirits should be released and allowed to merge with the Force. That's what Yoda told me. I assume that's what this other Jedi, Ron, had wanted. But it would also be possible to tap the energy in the valley and use it for evil. Now, assuming the stories are true, assuming that such a place exists, it would be well worth fighting for.
Kyle will be up and around soon. He's obsessed with finding the man who murdered his father. And now I'll bet he won't stop until he's translated this disc for himself.
Why not just tell him what's on it? If there is a map to the Valley of the Jedi, we should locate it immediately.
But we don't know where this map is. That part of the message was cut off.
All the more reason to tell Katarn immediately.
He doesn't know I took it. Besides, we couldn't translate everything. I have a feeling there's more here than the disc reveals. Kyle's father encoded it knowing Kyle would figure out a way to read the disc. I think we have to leave this to him.
I'm not sure that's a very good idea, Jan. Kyle needs time to recuperate.
With all due respect, agents are wounded all the time and thrown into action again the moment they can walk. If this is about Kyle and the fact that he was an Imperial officer, then say so.
He was an Imperial?
8 years ago. And he proved his loyalty on Danuda. You said it yourself. The rebellion would have been finished if Kyle Katarn hadn't stolen those plans.
True, Jan. Kyle did prove he was willing to betray the Empire. But who is to say he might not betray us as well? In all the years since Danuda, he has never officially joined the Alliance.
Kyle's not much of a joiner.
Yet he joined the Imperial Military Academy. He graduated from it. Why is it then that with us he consistently disobeys orders and goes off on personal missions of his own? This incident on Nar Shaddaa is only the most recent example. If this Valley of the Jedi is as important as Luke thinks, how can I be assured of Kyle's loyalty?
If you still don't trust him...
Mon Mothma, much as I hate to switch sides, I have to mention Han. He was a smuggler, and some say worse. Yeah. He graduated from the Academy, yet we've all trusted him with our lives. People can change.
Perhaps, Leia. Luke, you've heard all sides of this argument. What are your thoughts? Can you see anything that might help us?
The future is always in motion. It's hard to see. But I think the answer lies in the present, in the message we just heard. The message mentioned that a Jedi had left a lightsaber for Kyle. That gift implies talent. I suspect this Ron would have made Kyle a Jedi if the Empire hadn't come along. I believe we can trust this Kyle. At least we can trust his motives. The real question is, can he trust himself? A self-taught Jedi. A great deal could go wrong.
So are you suggesting we let him continue?
I'm suggesting that there is a force moving Kyle Katarn's life along a certain path. And I don't think that you or I or the whole Alliance could stop Kyle Katarn from confronting his destiny.
Very well. But I cannot afford to take risks. Jan, say nothing of this meeting, and allow Kyle to do as he will. If he's even half the man you say he is, all will be well.
Thank you, Mon Mothma.
But if he turns on us, if he wants to use this valley for his own purposes, then Jan, I expect you to do your duty to the Alliance.
Meaning?
Meaning I expect you to kill him.
Very well, Mon Mothma. Luke? Leia?
Mon Mothma, do you really think she'll do it?
Jan Ors is one of the most capable and most loyal agents working for the Alliance. She won't let anything get in her way.
Except her heart.
Excuse me?
Couldn't you hear it in her voice? The way she defended Kyle Katarn?
Leia, what do you mean?
I mean that you and I are right, and that this former Imperial proves worthy of our trust. Because if it comes down to a choice between the Alliance and Kyle Katarn, Jan's feelings may pull her away from us. Wasn't it obvious to you? She loves him.
Then may the Force be with them both, because I'm afraid their destiny will take them to the very edge of darkness.
All right, Bach, that's the last of the pallets.
Good. Standing here counting these grab sleds go by is making my legs ache.
You'd better not let Lord Jarek hear you complaining. He'll make you wish it was just your legs that ache.
Jarek talks like a hot gang lord, but he wouldn't dare harm one of us. Aren't we his prized dark Jedi?
Face it, Bach. For all our power, we're his tools. He'd throw you away like a worn-out hydro spanner.
Then curse him, even if he did teach me everything I know.
Bach, we're Jedi. We don't believe in curses.
Really? Tell that to the spirits trapped in this Valley of the Jedi, if it exists.
It had better exist. Otherwise, why did we come all the way to Sullen and spend a full day lugging all these ceiling tiles out of Morgan Katarn's old farmhouse?
If you don't like it, you can always complain to Lord Jarek.
Saris, I hate the way you sneak up on people.
If your senses were sharper, you would have noticed. How is the loading proceeding?
That was the last load.
What now?
We proceed to the capital of Sullen, a backwater town called Baron's Head. 8T88 is waiting there to try and make some sense of the map.
8T88. Now there's a piece of work. I'd like to get some lightsaber practice in on him.
Not while he's still working for Lord Jarek. Come on, both of you, let's go. Bach, I said let's go.
Someone is watching.
What?
What do you mean, Bach?
Someone is watching us. I can feel it.
So what? It's been years since Sullen's had enough activity to kick up a dust cloud, and in one day we drop an Imperial transport and an armored battalion on them. The locals are bound to be curious.
The Force is strong in this one, and he wants to destroy us.
Him and a few million more. Come on, if we're late delivering that map, Jarek will rip our hearts out. What do you see, Kyle?
Hold your vector, Jan. Give me a minute.
I knew I should have brought my own macro binoculars.
Right. I can see most of my father's old farm. Looks pretty much the same from the outside. Farmhouse, fields, the big tap tree in the yard.
Yeah, I can see that from here.
Tap trees grow pretty big. My father used it to draw water up to the surface. Works better than a well. There's a whole irrigation system under the farm. There are also Imperial ships scattered all over the place. There's a shuttle and a half-dozen transports. There are also at least 2 ATSTs out there, and I'd say 2 squads of stormtroopers.
Well, no one said this would be easy. By the way, what is this anyway? You still haven't told me why we're here.
Funny, I thought you would have asked that before now.
Maybe I'm just getting used to your secrecy.
Maybe. Anyway, I'm here because something my father left me. I think this is the only place I can really understand it. But it looks like the Imperials found out before I did.
Found out about what?
When I know more, so will you. I promise. Looks like they're loading something pretty heavy onto those grav sleds. But what? I can't think of anything my father would have left that was that heavy. Wait.
What?
No, nothing. For a minute, one of those Imperials looked right at me, like he could see me.
Impossible. We're half a kilometer away, and we're up to our necks in tall grass. Not to mention bugs. There's no way they could see us.
Still, there's something strange about those three. I think they're Dark Jedi.
Dark Jedi? There've been rumors floating around that the Emperor had been training some Dark Jedi before he died. But how do you know that these are them?
Just a feeling. Anyway, I don't see the one I'm really looking for. Jarek.
The man who killed your father.
Right. But I get the feeling that if these three are here, Jarek can't be far off. Oh, okay, they're leaving.
Now what?
Now, you get back to the Moldy Crow. Keep her ready in case I need to make a quick exit. Just be sure and stay clear of any trouble. This is my fight.
And what exactly are you going to do?
I'm going home. I'm going home.
This is Jan. I'm receiving you, Mon Mothma.
Does he suspect that you know?
I don't think so. He thinks I'm just along for the ride. He thinks I trust him, which makes me feel lousy.
Yeah, well, your feelings are not paramount here, Jan. All that matters is that we find the Valley of the Jedi before the Imperials, and that Kyle Katarn remains loyal to the Alliance. If he starts to turn at any moment...
I know. Kill him.
I never thought all those boring afternoons as a kid would come in so handy. All the stormtroopers the Dark Jedi left may have covered the roadway and the footpaths, but there's no way they can cover all the ground around the farm. Oh, there's the farmhouse. Now, if the Imperials run their patrols according to standard Academy procedures...
Hey, Mako, you here to relieve me?
You wish. The commander ordered a second patrol, rousted half the squad for duty. Anything to report?
Dead as the Emperor out here. I'm gonna circle the building again.
Affirmative. I'm heading over to the transports. Stay sharp.
Predictable as a slow orbit. Now's the time to make my move. From the outside, I'd say the house has been ransacked more than once. Let's hope that includes the doors. By the Force, look at this place. It looks like the Imperials and then half the thieves on Sullen came through here. All these years, and I never set foot in this house again. Well, what'd you think, Kyle? That it'd be like you left it? Not with the Imperials in charge. Although I guess I can thank them for one thing. They don't seem to want to come into the house. Which means either they've been ordered not to by Jarek, or they know that they've already taken anything that might be of value. Well, I bet there's one thing they've overlooked. Dad's workshop. This was his favorite place, and those wads of Nerf dung practically destroyed it. But some of this damage looks recent. That's odd. A big chunk of the ceiling is missing. Is that what they took out of here? What do you know? Ouija. Just what I'm looking for. Hey, Ouija, can you hear me? Come on, Ouija. You've got to still be functioning. My father didn't build droids that fell apart at the first sign of trouble. Oh, although it looks like you've seen some action. The Imperials must have blasted you the first time they came through here. But the damage isn't too bad. Let's try charging up your reserve power supply. Most of your systems are functioning. Dad really did build droids to last. But there's still no activity from your main computer. Maybe if I give you more time to power up. In the meantime, old friend, I hope you don't mind if I make use of your data disk readout. That's the real reason I came. If my father encoded a disk for me, he must have known I'd be the only one to guess that you were the machine that could decipher it. There.
This message is intended for my son, Kyle Katarn.
Father!
Kyle, I have left two very important items for you. The first is a map to the Valley of the Jedi, and is embedded in the stone ceiling above this room.
It's here.
The image in the hologram is this room. What? Some sort of panel opening up in Ouija's side? Is that what I think it is?
The other is a lightsaber that belonged to a Jedi named Ron. Use it well. Use it for good.
A Jedi lightsaber? For me? Then, my father knew the Force was with me, long before I did. This lightsaber has been waiting all this time for me, because of him. I'll use this for good, Father. I promise. And it looks like I'll have the chance to use it soon. The section of the ceiling that the Imperials took must have had the map Father mentioned, which means they know where this Valley of the Jedi is located. I better... Ouija, you're back online. Whoa, boy, it's me, Kyle. If you're saying I look older, it's because I am older, but not too old to remember how you fished me out of the river and didn't tell my father. No need to apologize, old fellow. You've been out of circulation for a while, Ouija, and things have changed. I'd like nothing better than to see Father again, but the Imperials murdered him. I'm fighting for the Alliance now. Hold on. The first thing I need to do is to switch your language program over to basic so I can understand you better.
And knew your father would. Imperials attack the farm. On my hour alone, and although I am not designed for combat, I am programmed to protect the farm. I tried to stop them, but I failed.
Oh, don't feel bad, Ouija. The Imperials are tough. They were especially tough back then, although we've softened them up in the last few years.
Years, sir? I seem to have been deactivated for quite some time.
Ouija, what's the deal with the ceiling tile? What made it so valuable that the Imperials would take the time and trouble to tear it out?
5 years ago, just at the beginning of the rebellion, your father led some refugees away from Sullen. He refused to tell anyone where he had gone. When he returned, he refused to discuss this new planet. Later, after Master Ron came to stay, your father worked on the ceiling. It took more than a month, and I thought the work was excellent. However, your father must have disagreed, because he ordered me to cover the ceiling with plaster. He never mentioned it again.
Ron? A man named Ron came to stay?
Yes, sir. Your father thought very highly of him. That was shortly before the Imperials became interested in Sullen, and before the attack that caused my shutdown.
Well, now we have to find a safe way out of here. I need to get to Baron's Head. The Imperials are bound to have a transport waiting, and that's the closest port.
Safe way out, sir? Then may I assume we are in some danger?
You could say that.
When I first felt my systems coming back online, I had hoped I'd been reactivated in happier times.
Are you mobile?
It would seem so. Switching my language program to basic has drawn some system power away from my servos, but I am attempting to compensate. However, I was not built for stealth. My repulsors serve much better than legs, but they are quite noisy.
We'll have to risk it. I'm not going to leave you here. Not that it will matter much, since I have no idea how to get back out of the house without being spotted. If we try to slip past the stormtroopers, we'll be seen.
Perhaps we could slip under them, sir.
Under the... Well, of course! The tab tree! We can use the underground irrigation system to get out.
If it is still functional, sir. It has been years since the tunnels were maintained.
We'll have to see. Where's the nearest service entrance?
10 meters outside the back door.
Ouija, stay low. There's a stormtrooper out there, and there's a Gamorrean with him. Looks like the Imperials are hiring mercenaries as backup.
Hey, hello. It's been a while. You ready to lose this week's pay? Yeah, I know the commander ordered the fights to stop, but he's not around, is he?
Okay, Ouija. There are only 2 of them. Here's the plan. On my signal, pile through the door and make a hard left. Don't turn right, because you'll be in the line of fire. Got it?
Yes, sir.
So who do you want? Your cousin Blanco or Master Sergeant Kine? Hey, the smart money's on Kine.
Okay, Ouija. Go! This is how I treat uninvited guests in my father's house. Blasted Imperial armor.
It worked, sir!
Sort of. We just made way too much noise. Come on, let's open the maintenance hatch. Oh, it's sealed shut.
Allow me.
Oh, Ouija, I forgot how handy you were to have around. In you go. I haven't been down here since I was a kid. Oh! The tunnel seemed so much bigger back then.
This tunnel leads to the northwest. It passes right under the area marked for vehicle parking.
Good. Perhaps the Imperials won't mind if we borrow some transportation.
Sir.
Then we can get back to Baron's
Sir,
Head,
my
and I
sensors
can
detect-
stop that servo-driven
Sir,
scheme.
watch
of-
out!
A battle droid. Ouija, move. I need a clear shot.
I'll protect you, sir!
And get close. Don't give it room to use its weapons.
Target lock disengaged. Switching to close combatives. Transmit signal backup. Engage
Ouija, great job.
Although I am not programmed for combat, your father did program me to protect you.
Yeah, just remind me never to get on your bad side.
I suspect this battle droid was programmed to deal with biological threats and other war machines. It had never dealt with a heavy-duty farm droid before.
Here's the hatch. This should put us right in the middle of the park. Correction. It put us right underneath the transport.
Is there a problem, sir?
The Imperials have parked a T4 transport right over the hatch. Do you think you can squeeze through the gap?
I am programmed for several configurations. I believe one of them will do.
Good. Then all we need is a distraction to make sure no Imperials see us. Never mind. I think someone's discovered the dead guards. Come on!
The area is clear, sir. But how do you expect to activate this transport? It is a military vehicle, and the security code is no
The
doubt...
security code is 0000. Watch.
How did you know?
Another little tidbit I learned from the Academy, Ouija. When these transports come off the assembly line, they all have a 40 code. Company commanders are supposed to input a new code and teach it to their soldiers, but most never bother.
Hey, the transports!
I believe we have been detected. Perhaps we should depart.
And you said you weren't programmed for this kind of thing. Hold on to your circuits.
It seems we are
I
being...
see them. Come on, you hunk of junk. This transport is empty, which makes it pretty fast. But some of those Imperials are on speeder bikes, and there's no way we're going to outrun them.
Certainly not with the roadblock in front of us.
Roadblock? What? Whoa! Roadblock's in front and Imperials behind. Looks like this could be your final screw-up, Katarn.
Hey there, farm boy.
Jan?
Don't tell me you were surprised to see me.
Nope. Just wondering what took you so long.
You told me to stay clear, remember?
Since when did you start taking orders from me?
I don't, as you can tell from the fact that the crow is hanging over your mostly empty head. I'm lowering the ramp. Prepare for pickup.
Ouija, set the controls on auto. Jan will pick us up.
Very well, sir. Who is Jan?
Move it, Kyle.
That roadblock is coming up fast.
I can't reach it.
Jump!
It's too high.
Kyle! Kyle, do you copy?
I copy.
Oh, Kyle. You're alive.
Yeah, just a little cooked, but I made it thanks to Ouija here.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
He used his repulsors to launch us up to the ramp. We scrambled into the crow just before the flames got us.
Well, did you find whatever it was you were looking for at your father's place?
Sort of, now that I know what I'm looking for. Unfortunately, the Imperials and that droid AT-88 got to it first.
What's that hanging from your belt?
This? Nothing, just something I found when I reactivated Ouija.
Oh, it looks like an old-fashioned lightsaber.
Yeah, I guess.
Ships are dropping out of orbit. TIE fighters!
Looking for us. Stay low. I know a place where we can stow the crow and plan our next move.
What is our next move?
I'm going to break into the city of Baron's Head and find 88.
This new arm of mine still isn't functioning quite right. You there, get me the tuning stylus.
Yes, sir.
No, I said the tuning stylus, you idiot. There, my little pet. No need to get upset. I'll feed you sooner or later. Sooner, if this fool doesn't bring me the tool I need.
Oh, Master 88, I'm sorry, I didn't know.
How you biologicals continue to thrive is beyond me. Here, give me that. Ah, there. That's better. Except, of course, that I know it did happen. And I won't rest until I have the chance to shoot off Kyle Katarn's arm. We'll see if he can go out and attach a new one.
Yes, sir.
Did you send for the fool in charge of this place?
Oh, yes, absolutely, sir.
Ah, here he is now.
Greetings, Your Eminence. Can I be of service?
You can start by telling me the history of this place.
Well, sir, you are in the governor's house, the largest building in the city of Baron's Head. It was built by Lord Jarek himself during his brief term as regional governor here. That was approximately 5 years ago. Since then, several
No. I don't mean this building. I mean this place. This room to which you have assigned me.
The history of this room, sir.
Exactly. I am a dignitary, visiting Sullen on behalf of Lord Jarek himself. Surely you have put me in a room with some sort of pedigree.
Well, sir,
Let's start with the obvious. I notice it adjoins the ballroom, a rather unusual location for guest quarters. Tell me to what purpose this magnificent enclosure was originally dedicated, and why I was chosen to occupy it.
Sir, I assure you this is the VIP suite, chosen because of your rank and status, and located in close proximity to your work. Also, it was the only room that could accommodate your pets.
This is a Vonsker. Rather vicious creatures, but lovable, don't you think?
Indeed, sir.
Could you come a little closer, please? My amplifiers aren't what they used to be.
Yes, sir.
I don't believe you.
Sir, I assure you...
I think that you, like all biologicals, have an anti-machine bias. I think you stuck me in this miserable coat room because you wanted to put an uppity machine in its place. Isn't that right?
Sir, please. Had I known it would offend...
Look into my face. It's the last thing you'll ever see.
Please, I'm sorry, sir. Tell me how to make amends.
Ah, if only you could. But the malfunction is hidden within your skull, a difficult place to make repairs.
My brain, sir.
Why, yes. Assuming that you have one. You know, the organ that believes it is superior to machines and enjoys making fun of them. Frankly, I don't know what you see in them. A CPU makes so much more sense. Brains are so hard to sort out. Here, let me show you! Well, now that's taken care of. You.
Yes, sir.
Be sure to remind whoever is now in charge that I am 8T88 on a personal mission for Lord Jarek. Now get rid of this body. On second thought, leave it. My pet here is due for lunch.
Move along. Move along. Hey, you. Get those stupid animals out of here.
But I must get my herd of graw through the gate before it closes. I'm taking them to market in the morning.
I don't care if you're taking them to the theater. We've been on patrol for 12 hours and we want in. Now move it, unless you want that scout walker to turn them into meat patties.
Yes, sir.
All right, move that scout walker through the gate. Copy. Hey, did you see something? Where? Nah, nothing. For a minute I thought I saw someone standing on the scout walker's footpath. But it was nothing. Move along. Move along. Keep moving. Move along.
By the force, that was close. Those stormtroopers almost spotted me.
Kyle, are you in?
Affirmative, Jan.
I don't know how you always do it.
Let's just say this time the Imperials gave me a leg up. But riding on that Scoutwalker's foot almost shook the teeth right out of my head.
What next?
I stick to the shadows and make my way up to the governor's house. If 88 is here, that's where I'll find him.
Be careful. That city's crawling with Imperials and mercenaries.
Yeah, but I'm still on home turf. Katarn out. Now for it. First 88 in the map, and then Jarek. Father, at long last you will be avenged. Baron's Head sure has changed in 5 years. When I left Sullen, this place was a sleepy farm town. Now it's one giant slum. Just goes to show you what 5 years of Imperial rule can do. What's that? Who's there? You might as well come out of the shadows. I know you're there.
You're quite perceptive.
What do you want?
Are you looking for something, citizen? Maybe I can help.
Thanks, but no thanks. How about you? Would you like some directions, or do you plan to follow me all night?
That's an interesting weapon hanging from your belt. Isn't it a lightsaber?
This? Yes.
Not very smart to be carrying it around in plain sight like that. Not too many lightsabers around these days. Probably worth a lot of credits to someone.
I guess lightsabers are pretty rare. About as rare as that small sphere hovering around your head.
My remote? Just a little protection. A girl has to be careful walking these streets. Baron's Head is a dangerous place. A stranger could find himself dead before daybreak. Now, why don't you just hand over that toy of yours before you get hurt?
I don't think so.
You can't say I didn't try to show you a little hospitality. Now, we do this the hard way.
I'm warning you, don't go for your blaster! Don't! Ah! This lightsaber isn't a toy, and I'm no stranger. That remote's definitely a weapon. Some kind of blade sticking out of its arm. Trying to stick me like a pincushion. Impossible to hit. Ah! Lost the blaster. Oh, this thing's gonna cut me to ribbons.
Kyle.
That voice again. Run.
Remember Nar Shaddaa. Go to the peace within.
The peace with... Just like the bounty hunters. If I concentrate, focus on the Force, it's like the remote is moving in slow motion.
Now, fight like a Jedi. Good. Now close your eyes.
I don't think that's a very good idea.
Your eyes can deceive you. Don't trust them.
Well, I'm not doing very well with my eyes open.
Good. Now concentrate. See where the sphere will go next. You were close. Very close. Try again.
If I don't bleed to death first.
Reach out with your feelings.
It worked. I used the Force against the remote. I could see the remote. I could almost feel it. Oh. Now, to find 88 and the map to the Valley of the Jedi.
The Valley of the Jedi. I want the map that will guide me there, 88, and I want it now.
My Lord Jarek, it is my deepest honor to present you with the map. It is in my possession even as we speak.
I know. My Dark Jedi told me the stone tile containing the map was removed from Morgan Katarn's house hours ago. Why have you delayed in transporting it up to my Star Destroyer?
Only, my lord, so that I could make your task easier. The stone map is down here with me in Baron's Head. I have taken the liberty of creating a digital copy, which I am transmitting to you now.
Well done, 88. The Valley of the Jedi will soon be mine. Meet the cargo ship Southern Star at the refueling station outside Baron's Head. Your payment awaits you there. Jarek out.
We are receiving the transmission, my lord.
Excellent, Saris. We have what we came for. Send Hyun down to the planet with a detachment of stormtroopers. Tell him to make sure the original map is completely destroyed. Saris, prepare the Vengeance for hyperspace.
Don't be put off by Lord Jarek's demeanor. After all, he is only a biological. Really, in the scheme of things, not much more intelligent than you. He can hardly be expected to have manners. Oh, what is it, my carnivore?
Maybe your little monster doesn't like intruders.
Katarn, you can't be here.
For a machine, you're not very logical. I am here, so it's obviously possible.
Not yet, my pet. You can eat him later.
I see you found a new arm. I should have aimed for your head.
Roll, Hantho, Trox! Where are my bodyguards?
I'm afraid they won't be joining us for the rest of their lives. I want that map.
The map? It's right here. Take it. Put it in your pockets.
Thanks anyway, but the stone version's a little too bulky for me. The digitized version you created will be more convenient.
You'll take neither, rebel scum.
Ah, one of Jarek's little dark Jedis. How nicely timed.
You. I recognize you. You were one of the Imperials at my father's farm.
You were there. Bach sent someone watching us. I'll have to show him your head once I've removed it from your shoulders.
Don't make me kill you. I'm only here for the map.
Oh, you want the map? Here, I'll cut it to size.
Jedi or not, Let's see how you do against a blaster!
I do very well, Rebel. So this is what the light side sends against us. No wonder we succeed. By the way, scum, my name is Yun, and it is the last name you'll ever hear. Oh, you are quicker than I thought.
Yeah, I'm full of surprises.
Well, well, the novice has a lightsaber of his own. This little chore might prove worthwhile after all.
What's the matter, Yun? Some of that arrogant sparkle left your eye?
I see you have some sword training.
You can thank the Imperial Academy for that.
It will not help you.
Surrender, Yun. This is your last chance.
The Force is with you, Rebel. But I will not.
It's over.
Go ahead, Rebel. Kill me just as I would kill you.
I want to. You've killed people. I can feel death around you. I've killed people too, but never in cold blood.
You're sparing my life?
You're free to go.
I would not do the same.
I'm not like you. Get out of here.
Your soft heart will be your downfall, Rebel scum.
Well done. Mercy is first and foremost among a Jedi's virtues.
Then I am a Jedi?
Your lessons proceed well. I'm proud of you. And your father is proud.
My father. Stormtroopers!
There's the rebel. Lost him.
Jen, this is Kyle. I think I could use some help.
Ready and waiting, Kyle. Can you get to the roof?
The turbo lift's full of stormtroopers, but I think I see some stairs. I seem to have overstayed my welcome.
You have that effect on people.
You don't seem to mind me.
I'm the exception.
Hey, soldier, looking for a ride?
Did you see anyone leave?
Yeah, your friend Ouija here spotted a shuttle that launched just as I came in.
That was 88. That miserable pile of junk has the map. Don't let him escape.
No, sir. Yes, sir. So, you gonna tell me what this is about yet?
What's about?
All of it. Why you went to Nar Shaddaa in the first place, why you went hunting for that disc, why, after 5 years, you wanted to come back to Sullen to track down some mercenary droid.
Jan?
No pressure, Kyle. Hey, I wouldn't want to strain our friendship by asking you to tell me anything, personal. How about something simple like why you're suddenly wearing that lightsaber on your belt?
This thing seems to be attracting a lot of attention lately.
You gonna tell me?
Later.
You at least gonna tell me where I should be heading, huh?
I'm not sure. Things have changed so much. Ouija, if someone wanted to get off planet, what's the fastest way?
Without a private ship, one would have to go to the nearest spaceport. That would be Fuel City. It's a tanker station and fuel depot, about 10 kilometers south of the city.
That's it then. 88 needs a ride off planet, and that's where he'll go. Jan, I'll tell you what's going on soon. That's a promise.
And I'll make sure you keep it.
This is Captain Zayak, Fuel City Flight Control, the incoming shuttle. Identify yourself.
Imperial Shuttle Furious to Flight Control. Captain, I am heading for Station 6 to dock with the transport freighter Sullen Star.
Copy that. Hold your present course and speed. Stay clear of the pump towers on your starboard side. One of our fueling stations is acting up. Blasted machines.
Yes, indeed. Shuttle out. Hello? Is anyone here to greet me? You're right, my pet. It is strange that there's no one here to greet me. I'm sure Lord Jarek said his minions would be expecting me. Stay. You may not be the most subtle form of protection, but with my bodyguard slain by that blasted Katarn, you're the best I've got. Hello? No one here. No greeting party. This slip in protocol is inexcusable, even in one as powerful as Jarek.
Jarek did not forget you, droid.
By the Maker! How could anyone sneak up on me like... Oh, it's you, Pick. And your symbiotic companion, Gork. You Dark Jedi seem able to sneak up on anyone.
Jarek teach us well.
No doubt. Well, I transmitted the map to your master. I'm here to collect my pay.
Good, because we're here to deliver it.
Look, Flight Control, I said I was sorry.
Sorry doesn't cut it here at Fuel City, pilot. Who are you anyway?
I told you, I'm piloting the Moldy Crow out of Tatooine. I'm looking for Baron's Head and just got lost, that's all.
Lost? My scanners show you came to a complete stop near Station 6. I could have your permits revoked.
Yes, sir, sorry about that. I wasn't expecting to fly into a fuel station, and I thought I'd go to a dead stop before I accidentally blew the place up.
I should ground you for violating Imperial airspace. But you have a nice-sounding voice for an Outer Rim space jockey. I could be persuaded to reduce the penalty to, shall we say, personal conference.
Thanks for the offer, Captain, but I'm late as it is. I just need to get my bearings.
In that case, point your ship away from Fuel City and go full throttle. If you're still on my screen in 30 seconds, my gunners will blow you out of the sky.
Copy that. I'm bugging out.
Forgive me for questioning you, ma'am, but was it wise of us to let Master Kyle leave the ship unattended? He is taking an awful risk.
Get used to it, Ouija. Get used to it.
There she goes. She bailed me out of more tight spots than I can count, and all I can do is keep secrets from her. This is the end, I swear it. But first things first. Katarn, your luck is holding out. Only 3 ships refueling here. One of them's automated, so that's out. The other looks way too small to be an Imperial job. So that leaves you, the Sullen Star. Somehow I don't think knocking on the front door will get me inside. But if this ship holds true to standard Imperial design specs, there'll be an emergency access hatch located on the top of the hull. Now, if some spit and polished crewman remembered his standard operating procedure while at a refueling station, then the hatch will be unsealed, and I'm in. Thank the Force for military regulations and brainless non-coms. No crewmen in the corridors. Ship seems empty. But there's no way I could have gotten here before 88. I wish Janet had a chance to scan the ship before she... Hold on, Katarn. Maybe you've got a scanner of your own. If I can use the Force to sense things like that remote, maybe I can use it to scan the ship. All I have to do is concentrate. There's someone here. Several people. I can't see them clearly, but I think they're down here. Ron would probably tell me to trust the Force and use the lightsaber. But I think I'll trust the Force and trust my blaster too. Cargo bay. There's something on the other side of this hatch. Something I can't get a hold of with the Force. Well, Katarn, you never let common sense stop you before. Dark in here. Glow panels are on, but it's like they're covered over with shadows. Sounds like I'm in the right place. All right, 88. I see you in the shadows. Come out, and don't think your pet dragon is going to stop me. Come on, 88. I've been waiting for this moment for days. 88? Don't try playing dead on me, I'll just... You really are dead. And you just lost your head. What's going on here?
Droid got reward.
By the Force! Where did you come from?
Gork has been here, hidden within the shadows, hidden within the dark side.
Another one of Jarek's dark Jedi.
You wanted the droid's destruction? I thought you would like to see his face one more time.
Wait, you've got his head, I need that!
Before we feed it to his pet.
Don't do me any favors.
We are not. It is the last sight you will ever see.
I've been threatened by your kind before.
You defeated our friend Yun in saber combat. We are better than Yun.
But not smarter. Especially not when you walk right into a blaster shot.
You kill Gork. Die. Die.
Get off me! Some kind of monkey lizard scratched up my face.
I cut out your eyes.
Gotta get the blood out of my eyes before I... Not just the big one's pet. It's another Dark Jedi using the Force.
Oh, now I cut out your eyes.
Stronger than he looks. Grabbing him, it's like trying to grab a crystal snake. Another blast of Force energy. I've got to stay calm. Use the Force like a lever to pry him off. Oh, great. 88's pet looking for a free lunch. All right, monster. I've got a snack for you. Right here. Now, if I'm right, 88's memory banks are stored in his cranial unit, which is currently inside that monster's stomach. So... Oh, 3 stomachs. Well, this one looks the biggest. I think I've got his head. If I don't get sick first. Got it. If 88 created a digital version of that map, it'll be stored in his memory banks. All I have to do is get to it.
No. No! You will die!
Oh, not you again!
Die! Die! Die!
I don't think so. Well, 88, you proved useful after all. Good thing these Dark Jedi don't use their heads as well as I use 88's. They're powerful, but they don't always think. They're too full of hate. I have to remember that. Now to... Oh boy! Here we go again.
This is Kyle to Moldy Crow. Kyle to
We're right with you, Kyle. Say the word.
I got what I came for, but these stormtroopers seem to want it back.
Tell them you're a guest, and the guest is always right.
Yo! I was too close. I was hoping you could come in low and explain it to them.
On my way.
All right, Nomo. I'm officially off duty. It's your shift.
You sure you don't want to stick around, Captain Zayak? Maybe show me a thing or two?
Look, Nomo, just because you got your commission through your family connections doesn't mean I have to babysit you. Figure it out for yourself.
What the Nova?
There's a firefight going on around Station 6. The Sullen Star's under attack.
What should we do?
Get a hold of the idiot in charge of those troops. Remind him that they named this complex Fuel City for a reason. One shot in the wrong place and you'll be able to pile all of us into one ash can.
Yes, sir. Sir, there's an incoming ship, Vector 8, and approaching fast.
Incoming vessel, alter your course. This airspace is now restricted. Incoming vessel, alter your... Blast, no answer.
Captain, that troop's commander says they have orders to kill the infiltrators no matter what the cost.
His butt'll be the first to fry, but there's no reasoning with stormtroopers. Call operations, tell them to stop the pumps and bleed the pipes. Order switching to close valves 1 through 46. The less fuel in circulation, the better.
Yes, sir.
I repeat, incoming vessel, veer off, reverse course.
No can do, Admiral.
Oh, it's you, the little lost Bantha cub.
Seemed like such a nice place, I just couldn't leave.
Nice voice or no nice voice, I'm ordering you to veer off.
No can do, Admiral.
Captain, this ship is still closing. Your orders?
Blow her out of the sky, and do it now.
3, 2, 1, 0.
If I read this indicator correctly, there are 4 missiles approaching.
Looks like my charm failed to win them over. Computer says they're heat-seeking missiles. Let's make things hot for them,
We got her! We blew that ship out of the air!
You idiot! That was fuel tank number 16.
Oh.
She blew it up to cause a distraction. Have they bled the pipes yet?
Well, not entirely. Readings show the pipe's 70% and falling.
And the valves?
Well, they're working on it. Some kind of relay went down. What's so important about bleeding?
Oh, man! That's why the pipes are so important, moron! As long as they have fuel in them, and the valves remain open, they're like a bunch of fuses.
The whole place is going up. What are you gonna do?
Me, Nomo? It's your shift. Sort this one out, you'll be a captain by daybreak. Fail, and you'll be working in the mines.
Mines? What mines? Hey, where are you going?
As far away as I can, Nomo. As far away as I can.
Well done, sir.
Hey, Kyle, good to see you.
You know, just once I'd like to board this ship without half the Empire on my tail.
Well, you just find some other way to get into trouble. Who's your friend?
Jan, meet the droid 8088, or at least his head. The rest of him is back on that freighter. 88, meet Jan. She can be a little too smart for her own good sometimes, but she's got a good heart, and she's not bad looking either.
Nice of you to notice. Remind me to thank you later. Right now, I think we've got more company on the way. I saw a TIE fighter on my scope.
TIE fighter? Where?
Here!
There's only one.
Shields holding.
Blast them!
Weapon systems down.
Figures. Head for the Nefra Canyon.
The what? This is your home planet, not mine.
Turn to point 809. You'll see them.
How far?
Only a few minutes as the crow flies.
What are you going to do?
Target practice.
Kyle, you're not going to do what I think you're going to... Kyle! Kyle, can you hear me?
Barely! The slipstream's pretty bad out here!
Get back inside the ship, now!
The crow can't outrun a TIE fighter, Jan. He's gaining on you. The TIE's so close I can see the pilot through the canopy. You stick to piloting. I'll give him something to think about.
Your hand blaster won't make a dent in that thing. It's like shooting a crate dragon with a water gun.
Better than nothing!
We're in the canyon. It's getting cozy in here. Hold on tight.
Jan's right. No way to cut through its hull. But maybe I can cut out his vision. Concentrate. Feel the force flowing from me, from my hand, to the TIE fighter, right up to the transparent canopy, and... Gotcha! That shot shattered the glass. He's gonna have a hard time flying the canyon blind.
Whoa! That was the luckiest shot I've ever seen.
Luck had nothing to do with it.
Oh, then I guess it's your great skill.
Not skill either. It was something else. I'll tell you about it sometime.
It's a deal. Where to now?
The last place they'll look. To my father's farm. Looks like they trashed it all over again.
Oh, Kyle. You used to live here? I'm sorry.
It's not your fault. This was my father's workshop. This was his life. And this is where almost all my memories of him are kept. It's hard to see it so destroyed. But I know who did this now, and he'll pay.
What are we looking for?
Connector cables, a portable translator, a standard comm unit. Ouija, can you help?
Over here, sir.
Perfect. Now hook them up to one slime-covered droid's head, and we should be in business.
Now what?
Now we learn something very important. Something my father and at least one Jedi gave their lives to protect. The coordinates to a long-lost world and the Valley of the Jedi.
The connections are ready, sir.
Go.
Kyle. It's a star map.
An electronic version of the one my father designed in this room. It worked! It worked!
Oh. Kyle.
Oh, sorry to hug you like that, Jan. It's just...
Don't be sorry. I'm not.
Jan, I know this probably isn't the time, but it is the place. In my father's house. This is where I left my heart. I'm not sure I could really feel anything until I'd come back here. I'm not sure until now I could tell you how I really feel.
Kyle, I feel the same way.
Jan, Imperials, they're back!
Kyle, wait!
Ouija, disconnect the head. Jan, come on!
Kyle, see who it is first.
Jan, don't open the window!
It's all right, Kyle.
That's an X-Wing!
Uh-huh, and I think you'll want to meet the pilot.
Hello there!
Who are you?
I think it's time to tell him, Jan.
Kyle, this is Luke Skywalker. I met him aboard Mon Mothma's ship while you were recovering from your wounds.
The Luke Skywalker? What are you doing here?
Kyle, he was sent to check up on us, to see how we were doing.
But how would he have known? How would Mon Mothma have known? Jan, you took the disc, didn't you? You stole it while I was unconscious.
I didn't steal it. I borrowed it.
You've known what I was up to all along. They sent you to spy on me.
Yes, they did, Kyle, and I did it willingly. And I'd do it again. I love you, Kyle Katarn, but I love freedom more. And the Valley of the Jedi is too important, too dangerous for you to handle alone.
And to think I trusted you.
Did you? Is that why you kept everything to yourself? Asked me to risk my life for something I didn't know about? Treated me like a convenience, ignored the chain of command, and acted as if you were smarter than anyone else in the Alliance?
Jan, I'm sorry, but I thought it was my fight.
When are you going to learn, Kyle Katarn, that your fights are my fights too?
I'm learning, Jan. I promise.
I take it you got what you came for.
Yes.
And more. That lightsaber looks good on you. But it comes with a price, you know.
Everything does.
The coordinates.
We have them. But Jarrett got to them first, and he's got a head start.
You plan to go there?
Somebody has to.
Yes. It is written that a night shall come, a battle will be fought, and the prisoners go free.
A night shall come? Then, am I really a Jedi?
Yes. Your training is complete. But I sense that a confrontation lies before you. Someone you must face.
Jarek. Then let's go find this Valley of the Jedi. For better or worse, let's finish this. Jarek may have killed my father, but let's see how he does against a Jedi Knight.
Star Wars: Dark Forces, Rebel Agent, adapted by John Whitman, was based on a story written by William C. Dietz as the second of a 3-book story arc that bridges the events in the LucasArts Entertainment Company's popular computer games Star Wars: Dark Forces and Jedi Knight. This has been a production of Highbridge Audio in association with Tom Vagley Productions.